Yeah, I'll stay around for a few minutes, if everybody feels so moved to give me your name, and we can find a time to convene for you.
And if you realize later that you're interested in that, email me and I can connect you with Ms. DeWitt as well.
Thank you.
All right, Amy, do you mind giving me a quick report on the attractions fundraiser, which came to a close today and I'm so excited?
Yeah, well, it was kind of a hectic last day, but we did get a kind of preliminary number. And first off, I want to thank all the parents that helped with that. There were a lot of people involved with it. And I'm excited to announce, I'm not exactly sure of the numbers because it's still up in the air, but we sold quite a few, and we stand to raise almost $1,700 from it. So we did really well. Really well. It was very well received. So thank the teachers for taking the time to gather all that stuff, and all the parents that helped. It really made a big difference. We still have some checks still out and that kind of thing, so still the numbers aren't solid, but we're at least that number. So that's good.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask, because I remember we did it 2 years ago, like, for a while afterwards, we still had like a box in the library and things like that, and people could take one and leave a check, and so in case they just,
We had issues with that.
You did?
Our
Okay.
checks actually, there was some money disappeared. So I just feel not real safe with leaving stuff out. But if you are interested, you can still do the Easy Pay thing anytime, and the Johnson number is still there. And I think I sent an email out to the PTO list at least. So there's a code number for that. And then I think also I can get the contact information for the attractions book. The woman that represents them, Joy Lynn, who came to speak before, I think she could kind of hook you up with things too. But yeah, as of today, we've turned everything in. It's
Okay.
in.
it's closed.
Yeah. It's great.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Okay, so another quick announcement before we make Amy stand back up and talk about the fall carnival. There are some financial requests coming into the PTO that aren't exactly in our mission. Our mission is really to fund programs that enrich the kids' education and help facilitate that kind of activity like Michelle was talking about, not just in the classroom, but outside the classroom, Girls on the Run and things like that. But we definitely think that maybe if we ask parents that the resources are there for these needs to be met. So Molly has a sign-up sheet here. There's small things, dustpan, broom, golf umbrella for the teachers that escort your children to the cars in the rain and back, a mop and a bucket. If you feel so moved, it would be a help to the teachers to have those needs met. It's just one of each, I think.
Yeah, so just if you're interested, if you like, oh, I saw this on sale at Kroger, and you want to get one, then you can put your name in.
And now to the big upcoming event, Fall Carnival, next Thursday. And Amy has been working tirelessly to make it a fabulous event.
Yeah, still kind of crazy. The Fall Festival is next Thursday, 5 to 7. It's the 27th of October. We have several stations planned, and we're also working with PB&J for the food. It's an enchanted evening, so PB&J is making magic bean soup, which will be very cute. And then we have apples on a string for kids to play. We have a beanbag toss. And we have a fairy house tour, and actually this evening we have Nancy Campbell from the library is coming, and she is going to help us kind of construct some houses, and hopefully we can get the children. I have a list of parent volunteers, get the children during their recess time to come in and accessorize the cute houses that we make this evening. So I think it's going to be a really cute project. Seems like there was one other thing. Oh, cakewalk. I have lots of people that have volunteered to get together, and look for emails. They're coming if you volunteered. They're ready. To bake cupcakes next week, and then the kids will do a cakewalk and receive their dessert for the evening. So I got a really good response. Thank you, everyone. I know I asked several times, but thus far, it looks like things are going to go pretty well. So look for emails. It's in the planning stages right now. We should have everything solidified by the end of the week. Are there questions or anything about it?
When are you doing that baking? Is it as a group altogether or everyone individually?
As a group together, we did it last year, and Anita offered to let us use her fabulous kitchen, and we got together, and the plan is, and I'm sending out, it's actually written, sending out an email for Wednesday, next Wednesday, we'll get together. We have a recipe provided by PB&J, and we will bake those muffins that night, and we also tie apples on a string that night too. I have quite a few people who have volunteered to do that, so it will be next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, 6:30.
And then the next day, that's where you get the chocolate.
I had like 17 people volunteer to bake cupcakes, so that's quite a few cupcake bakers, so maybe we can get some people to frost too. So I'll send it out. Thanks.
Thank you, Amy. All right, and just one other quick announcement before we turn the floor over to Ms. Bob Garrity and Ms. Branson and Ms. Pillow. Ms. Pillow, okay. And that is April Hoffman, who has a wonderful idea of how we can extend ourselves to include ESL families, English as a second family, so that they can become more part of our community.
I don't know if you're all aware, but we have almost 50 ESL students in our school that are currently in our program, and some who have exited our ESL program, which is our language program. One thing that we are looking to do is to do a parent partnership with our ESL families and our American families, English-speaking families. If you could volunteer your time to call the families when there's a school event like the Fall Carnival, it would alleviate the stress of having to call myself or having the classroom teachers always have to call the families and try to relay messages about what's going on at school. And I know that there have been some ESL families who want to practice their English a little bit more, and they've come to me and said, you know, it'd be great to have somebody who I could go to coffee with during the day or after school. So if that is something that you're interested in doing and you have a heart for our ESL families, I have a sign-up sheet with your child's name, your child's name, your child's grade, and your email and phone number, and I can get you partnered up with a child that might be in your child's classroom, if that makes sense. And if there is not an ESL family in your child's classroom, then I can partner you up with somebody else who's in the grade. And our hope is that it'll become a friendship. To kind of bridge that gap for a lot of our refugee families and our immigrant families. And they want to have connections with everyone in the community, and they just don't have the language to be able to do that. So it would be wonderful if you would like to sign up that connected to all the different families.
And if I could add, just the gems that we have in our ESL Academy, our teaching staff, they really do a lot of outreach with families, bridge gaps, do home visits, go and interpret things with families. They've even had parent education classes over a couple semesters to educate our new families of what school looks like in the United States, how you can help support your children at home. They really go above and beyond. So I just want to say hats off to our ESL program. This is just yet another way of helping to bridge that or make that connection. So thank you guys.
And I just wanted to add, just a little plug in. One reason too this will help alleviate stress on me is my husband and I we're adopting from Uganda, and we're having a huge adoption yard sale on October 29th on Monticello Avenue. So if you want to come shopping after the Fall Carnival on Saturday, go to the farmer's market and then come on down and come shopping.
All right, so I'm going to pass this around.
So I'm Karen Sleezer, and I'm the Box Top coordinator. So it's Box Top collection time, which are the little sort of coupons that come on lots of cereal boxes, lots of other products, some paper products. And so we collect those for Johnson in the fall and the spring, and then get them all sent into General Mills, and then the school gets cash for them. So they're worthless to you, but they're worth money for the school. So if you're not clipping them, you can start clipping them, and you're going to be getting something in your folders probably this week or next week, asking you to send them in. And I will also be doing a volunteer request form, because we have to go through them, count them, sort them, and it takes an evening, not like hours and hours, and it's really easy work, so it's kind of a fun time to chat at the same time. And depending on how many volunteers I get, we'll do it, we'll do it in different locations. But just, I haven't done a formal introduction of the program, which I will do in a letter, and I'll be better in future years. But just watch for the collection sheet and be willing to volunteer with the volunteer sheet. Okay.
Do they need to be glued onto those papers?
No. In the past, we've always done that. Schools that get a gazillion don't do that at all. And we're
So you can do it either way, and since I sent out, or some people got baggies at the open house, I've gotten baggies, and they'll just need to be counted and sorted. I don't know the procedure for dealing with the loose ones, because we've never done it before, but you don't have to do it if you haven't done that already.
Yeah, there's also, and you're probably already also aware, there's also the Dialogue Cafe at the Adult Learning Center, Frederick Son, and they have, I think they call it Dialogue Cafe, where people from different cultures, different languages come and practice their English. I think it's on Fridays from 12:30 to 2:30. So that's a resource in the community also for people learning English.
All right, thank you. And we do have on the agenda Mr. Bob giving an update for 5 minutes, but in the interest of time and the bullying prevention.
That's okay. You know me, I can.
However, he is open to receiving questions at the end of the meeting if there's some extra time or if you have any specific questions. And Mr. Bach is always open, available in the